Hello and welcome to the One Life Church devotional series where we cover the entire Bible in 20 months. Well, today's chapters are Psalm 142 and 143. Now, I found myself into our linen cupboard and I'm going to pretend today this is a prayer closet. Have you heard that word before? Saints of old often found themselves a cupboard or found themselves in a room where they hid inside. Now, this particular Psalm 142, David has written when he's remembering the days that he's sitting in his cave, probably the cave of Adullam, when he's all alone, and he learned to pray in this cave. Now, I know he prayed before that when he was a shepherd boy on the hills, and I know that he prayed a lot in the palace when he was king, but I wonder how much of prayer, the depths of prayer that he plummeted while he was alone in a dark place in a cave. Now, I was traveling to a Easter convention the other day, and a young guy was traveling with me, and he said, do you mind if I ask you a question? I said, yeah, go for it. He said, well, why does God allow us to get into tough times? He was talking about the cave times, the times when you're alone, the times when things are going, everything's going against you. And I said to him, basically, my friend, one day you can ask Jesus that when you meet him face to face. But I take comfort in these facts. Firstly, Jesus understood what it is to be in a hard time, to be in a alone time, to be a cave time. In addition to that, God didn't plan the world that way. He planned it good, and he planned it pure, and he planned it holy. Sin entered the world. A succession of knock-on, very bad decisions has corrupted the world, and it's made it a rough place in which to live. And then there's this mystery we read about in Hebrews 12, where hardship tempers us. And actually God can use this messed up world to fashion us and shape us. And in addition to that, he doesn't intervene at every bad decision that our enemies make, stupid people make. Imagine if God did that. Every time someone made a stupid turn in the traffic or said something stupid or made a decision that had a knock-on effect that was going to bring hardship to somebody else. If God stepped in at every one of those moments, we would be puppets, wouldn't we? We wouldn't be people made in the image of God. And so he allows these tough times, and these tough times do exist. I've got a friend in Cape Town. He's been through such a tough time. And with his business, he's still in that space. With his family, it's just like at every time I see him, he's been buffeted by another wave. But boy, he probably doesn't know this. But the man that I know now, and the man I first met 4 years ago, like two different people, I've seen as he's driven into the prayer closet, as he's driven into his cave, that God is shaping him. And it doesn't look pretty on the outside, but he does. He's busy changing and being transformed. And this is what David says. He says, I cry aloud. Before him, I tell him my troubles. Look and see, there's no one at my right hand. No one cares for my life. I'm just like all alone. Set me free from my prison that I may praise your name. That's his prayer. That righteous people can run with me and we can live in a spacious place. God allows us to go into caves. And in these caves, we learn how to pray and we learn how to call out to him. Why? We're not too certain, but God's with us in these times. And then Psalm 143 is not too different. He says, I spread out my hands to you. I thirst for you like a parched land. We've got quite a lot of clay in our soil up here. And in winter time, when it's dry, it cracks open and you walk across the veldt and it's cracked. And you can see it's just crying out for rain. And when rain comes, it closes up again. That's the metaphor that he's using. He's saying, God, I need you. Show me the way I should go. And that because in you I can trust my life. And then verse 10, and I think it's the key of both these chapters, it says, teach me to do your will, for you are my God. May your good spirit lead me on level ground. He understood, David did, that it's by the Spirit we learn to follow God. Not by rules, not by drilling it into ourselves, not by self-discipline, by the Spirit. It says this in Galatians 5. So I say, walk by the Spirit and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh. The way we walk through our troubles, the way we walk through life, David is saying, lead me by your Spirit. Galatians 5:25 says, since we live by the Spirit, let us keep in step with the Spirit. That's my prayer for me today and for you. Lord, help us to keep in step with your Spirit as we walk out of our prayer closet, to take you with us, to do and to live through this messed up world the way you want us to live.